Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Tom LaHue, and today we're going to be talking about the perfect jobs for Enneagram Type 1s, or you could say the ideal jobs for Type 1s. And before we jump into this information, just a reminder, in the description below is a link to my website, tomlahue.com. I do offer Enneagram and relationship coaching based on the Enneagram. Check out my program, my 3-month program, Present to Life. If you're feeling stuck in life and you're not sure what the path is forward for you, or you're having relationship challenges, the Enneagram is a powerful tool to help us know more about ourselves and also maybe to see the path forward when we're not sure what to do next. I'd love to work with you. All right, so let's talk about Type 1s and talk about some of the possible jobs for a Type 1. Now, the Enneagram is a great tool for many things. One of the things it shows us is it shows us our motivations, our impulses, compulsions, helps us to understand more about how we're wired and what we think is important, what we think is valuable, and what kind of value we often bring to the team because we have a certain focus of our attention based on our Enneagram type. And this doesn't mean that you're limited to these kinds of jobs. It just means that you're kind of wired in such a way that you probably could excel in these kinds of fields of employment because you have a tendency to care about these things that are necessary in order to do these kinds of jobs well. And I think in many ways the Enneagram can help us find our purpose in life or our career in life. There's a lot of other great tools out there. For example, the CliftonStrengthsFinder is a fantastic tool covering 34 different strengths in 4 different domains, helping us know more about what's important to us, what we bring to the table, and then it helps us to see, what our superpowers are, what our gifts are, so that we see a way that we might show up to a team. And if you haven't checked out my videos yet on CliftonStrengthsFinder, I'm going through all of those strengths. I'm halfway through CliftonStrengthsFinder now. I do offer on-demand courses on CliftonStrengthsFinder. So check out my website, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those on-demand classes, remember you can always use my coupon code BEPRESENT to save 20% on those courses. Okay, so let's talk about Type 1s and some of the possible jobs. I've got a list here I came across, a list of 10 possible jobs for Type 1s. Now, I want to say again that you're not limited to this. You could do and be anything you want to be. But this is just some potential possibilities for you. If you're not sure, you're sitting there thinking, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't feel like I'm, in the right career. Here's a list of some potential possibilities that you might connect with. Again, you're not limited to these, but just let's listen to the list and let's talk about it. Okay, so Enneagram 1s are often characterized as the perfectionist or the reformer. They tend to have a strong sense of right and wrong and an attention to detail. And that's going to give you advantages in certain career fields and be maybe a challenge in other career fields. You say, why would an attention to detail or a strong sense of right and wrong, why would that ever be a disadvantage? Well, imagine you're working for a corporation that kind of plays loose with the numbers and is willing to do whatever it takes pragmatically in order to get the result. You can see where you may not be able to align with that kind of culture in that kind of employment. So a desire to improve and to bring integrity to the work that you're doing. Jobs that align with these traits often provide a sense of satisfaction for Type 1 individuals. So here's 10 jobs. And I'm going to add a bonus job to this. One that I think, in fact, I'm going to start with the bonus because it's kind of a generic job that I think ones in almost any area might do well, no matter what the area of work is, and that is manager. When I think of ones, I think of manager. So there's the bonus round, the one I'm going to add to this list of 10. I think that managers, have to show up early and stay late. They've got to make sure everybody else is getting their work done. They're the kind of person that you can give the key to your business to, and you know that it's going to be run well, whether that's property management, whether that's managing a retail store or managing a warehouse. Ones are wired to be managers, wired to be school principals, wired to be not necessarily wanting to be in charge of things, but just feeling a responsibility to take charge and make things better. So there's a bonus job for you. Now let's get to the list of 10. Number 1, it's kind of predictable, an auditor or an accountant. An auditor or an accountant. Somebody that is, flipping through all of the numbers, making sure that everything checks out, that the balances are correct, that receipts are turned in. And this role might suit a type 1 due to their attention to detail and their strong sense of ethics, responsibility, and making sure that things are done correctly. Ensuring financial accuracy and compliance is often well aligned with a type 1's strengths and what you bring to the table. Okay, job number 2, quality assurance analyst. A quality assurance analyst. This job involves ensuring that products and services are meeting required standards, or you might say minimum standards, which aligns well with the type 1's desire for perfection and improvement. So that person over in the corner making sure that our products that we're selling, that our delivery, that our processes are all providing a certain quality to our customers, making sure that we're not, coloring outside the lines, that we have attention to detail, and we make sure that our business is maintaining its proper quality controls. Okay, job number 3, how about editor? Editor, that's right. The guy that you give your copy of your document to, and then they look for all of the mistakes and they make sure that everything is worded properly and that all the details and information, the facts are all checking out. So a career in editing allows type 1s to utilize their keen eye for details and their desire for correctness, whether in books or articles or other written materials, is exercised and employed. Ones often have an eye to see what's a mistake, to spelling errors, grammar errors, and might as well get paid for this. If you have this ability and you bring this to the table, rather than irritating everybody when you point out their mistakes, maybe you could find a job where you're actually entrusted and you're paid to help people find their errors and correct them. All right, job number 4, environmental lawyer. And we might just say lawyers in general, and I think 5s often, end up in law as well, and maybe a few 8s. But environmental lawyer, advocating for environmental protection and sustainable practices, could be a very fulfilling job for type 1s who often have a strong sense of justice, morality, and desire to take care of the environment. And again, it's not necessarily limited to environmental lawyer. I think maybe prosecutor might be a great job for a prosecuting lawyer, maybe a great job, DA, that kind of thing, for type 1s as well. Making sure that people are held accountable, businesses are held accountable, insurance companies are held accountable, that justice is delivered, and that people are, inclined to follow the rules. All right, number 5, human resources manager. Human resources manager. Every large corporation has a human resources department to make sure that the employees are taken care of, to make sure that people are looked after, and that we take care of those human resources. This role involves creating and enforcing policies, ensuring fairness and ethical treatment in the workplace, which often aligns with a type 1's personality. So, human resources management. Number 6, health inspector. Again, probably another good job for a 6 or a 5 as well, but health inspector. Ensuring public health standards are met in various establishments is a role that might satisfy type 1's need for correctness and contributing to the overall welfare of their community. So making sure that, restaurants are and hospitals and prisons and jails and schools, and making sure that all of these organizations and corporations and nonprofits are following guidelines and ensuring safety for their constituents. Number 7, project manager. And that kind of gets back to that bonus one of manager, project manager. This position requires meticulous planning, which some people are not prone to want to do, organization, skills that type 1s typically excel in, along with ensuring that projects meet certain standards and are completely efficient. So, being in charge of stuff. Now, if you're a 1, you may at times have some anxiety, especially self-preservation 1s, probably 1-wing 9s as well. You may have some anxiety when you think about being in charge because you may not see yourself as an assertive person, but your attention to complying with the needs around you and encouraging others to comply with the needs around you could make you a good leader. And why not stretch yourself to be willing to say yes to that next project that needs someone to lead it? Believe in yourself and give yourself the opportunity to test the waters. All right, number 8, nonprofit organization leader. Nonprofit organization. So think like homeless shelters, churches, food kitchens, there could be a long list of orphanages or, all kinds of opportunities for nonprofit organizations. Leading nonprofits allows type 1s to work toward improving the world, which is something that 1s value, and aligns with their sense of moral purpose, making a difference, helping others, and making sure that other people are taken care of in a orderly way. So number 8, nonprofit organization leader. Number 9, architect. Number 9, architect. A combination of creativity with strict attention to detail and structural integrity makes architecture a fitting career for many type 1s. Because it's not just drawing pictures of beautiful landscapes or drawing pictures of beautiful houses or structures, but we got to make sure that these will actually stand the test of time and hold up to weather and follow the engineering guidelines to make sure that these pass those standards. Something that 1s may be wired to care about already. And number 10, teacher or professor, especially 1-wing 2s. Not that 1-wing 9s couldn't, but especially 1-wing 2s. Literally, the name of the 1-wing 9 is the teacher, the mentor, the advocate. So educating others allows type 1s to share their knowledge and passion for learning while striving to improve and shape the educational experience of their students. And probably social 1s, the owner of the truth 1s, would be ideally wired for being a teacher or professor and sharing their knowledge, shaping the next generation, helping others with information. I think could be a fabulous job for 1s. Anything else come to mind? Well, yeah, police officer. I think police officer, comes to mind. Enforcing the rules, having a strong gut sense of what's right and wrong, recognizing when people are not following the rules. So anything in law enforcement, I think, could be, a domain of type 1s. And again, an education administration, I think, could be a great fit for a lot of type 1s. But banking, which is auditing and accounting like we mentioned before. So type 1s tend to thrive. You get the overall idea here. Type 1s tend to thrive in an environment where they can apply their strong work ethic. They can have attention to detail, checking logistics and numbers and making sure things are quality and shipped on time, and have a sense of integrity, making these careers that we've just mentioned particularly suitable for type 1s. Again, this list is not exhaustive. It's just a beginning point. If I was working with somebody who is a type 1 and they were, early in their life, 18, 19, trying to figure out what they wanted to do, this might be some of the things that we would talk about. Certainly they could be a doctor. I think 1s could be great doctors and great nurses. We need a lot more 1s in medicine and education and business and politics and all these areas of life. But I think this is a good beginning point for a discussion for type 1s. Thank you guys for joining me for this video. Put in the comments some other jobs that come to your mind. If you are a type 1, I'm interested in what kind of job that you do. And you know, maybe you're a pastor. Another great job for type 1s. You know, what jobs come to your mind? Or what jobs have you enjoyed? What jobs have you hated? If you're a type 1, what job did you hate? But I'd be interested in those in the description below, or in the comments below. Thank you guys as always, and remember, be present to life. We only get to do this one time, so let's make sure we stay focused on the here and now, looking forward to the future, but living each day and enjoying the goodness of God every day. See you guys next time. Thanks. Take care.